Hey everybody, welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. I'm Joe.
And I'm Josh.
We're doing a Redemption Bourbon. This particular whiskey is, y'all probably, if you're whiskey folks, a lot of whiskey distillers in the industry use sourced whiskeys. It's not uncommon. It's not bad. You know, you have to have that startup somehow. Well, MGP, Midwest Grain Products, out of Indiana, Lawrenceburg, I believe it is, decided they've been making whiskey for years, since the 1800s, I believe.
1800s.
Well, they generally make whiskey for everyone else except themselves. Mm-hmm. They're the mass producer.
All your fancy labels that you fall for, like I do.
Yeah.
It's not all of it, but a lot of it is sourced.
A lot of them are sourced because you have to start somewhere, and you can't just open up a distillery and have 8-year-old whiskey.
Correct.
It takes time. These guys have been doing it for a long time, and they have the time. So they have decided to get out in the whiskey world and produce their own label and get it out there and market it for all of us to enjoy. This particular iteration, they have a rye and they have a bourbon. Josh picked up this bourbon.
You're welcome.
The price point on it was 28, so it's
28 and some change, so yeah, about $30.
So the rye I saw today in the liquor store was the same exact price. So the bourbon and the rye is the same. This is a younger bourbon. They say aged approximately 2 years. At least 2 years.
Which it has to be bourbon. So
yes.
They probably have to say that. But
yeah.
I'm assuming just by the smell.
And it can be younger than that and still be classified as a bourbon, but they have to put the months on the bottle.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I did not know that.
You can take White Dog, dump it into a new charred oak barrel, and then roll that barrel out, and it's bourbon.
And you can say
it's bourbon 1 month.
No
yep,
shit.
That's the law. This is 88 proof. The mash bill is, I've already forgot it.
It says it on there, which is kind of cool.
It does.
Nice
it
to
is 76% corn, 21% rye, and 4% barley. So they're using a very small amount of that barley for the amylase or the enzymes that will convert those the grains to fermentable sugars. Some geeky info for those of you out there in the
pretty
know.
Good nose, man.
Yeah.
I thought since it said age at least 2 years, I thought it was going to be much more green. I get a very sweet butterscotchy note.
Oh yeah, that's very butterscotch.
Yeah.
MGP out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Like I said, they've been making whiskeys for years, and your big distillers that are contracting through them, they don't disclose it because they have non-disclosure statements and all that stuff. But these guys make amazing whiskey, even though a lot of it's good. Yeah, it's not from Kentucky. Wah, wah, wah. Just across the river is Indiana. You could throw a rock across the river and you'll hit Indiana. Nice nose. Good color. It's a light. It is a very light, super light color.
It's definitely not aged very long.
What do you expect for a 2-year bourbon? Pretty light whiskey. It hasn't had that time. It is going
like
into
a light
new charred oak
fruitiness,
barrel.
like peach almost.
Yeah, I could see that. A light stone fruit kind of nose. Yeah. It's pretty pleasant.
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers. I'll do a cleansing palate, kind of wake up the tongue and say hello.
Not getting a whole lot.
No, that first taste was pretty.
Wake up the tongue and say hello.
Yep, that first taste was pretty bland.
In my esophagus there.
Yeah, 88 proof.
It's better than I thought it was going to be, but there's not a lot going on to me.
Yeah, it's pretty dry.
A little bit. I almost get a cinnamon, like cinnamon gum.
Yeah, you could see that for sure. some cinnamon notes, maybe
a little bit of honey, a little bit of there's a little sweetness, but
maybe a little red hot.
Yeah, like that,
like that cinnamon,
gum,
the dentine. Yeah, exactly.
Dentine, is that even around anymore?
Man,
I haven't seen a commercial for that in years.
Yeah. Big Red.
Big
it's
Red.
not quite as strong as Big Red, though.
No, but it's got that flavor
characteristic. It's young.
But it's not that gross young that we usually get.
No. It has a little bit of character to it that, given the
more age on that, I think it'd be pretty darn good.
Yeah, you put that to a 6 year.
No, yeah.
6 to 8. I think 4, and it's going to be comparable to Jim Beam White, if not a little bit better.
I think it's better than that already.
Because Jim Beam White it's their mash bill. I mean, you can have a rye forward mash bill, and it just depends. We were talking about earlier wheated versions across the board.
Yeah.
They taste so different because even though they're wheat, it's the yeast and the mash bills in the proportions that they use. So
yep.
That's a nice bourbon. It's a
good.
Nice little young
I wish it was aged
bourbon.
longer. Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure they will.
Yeah. This was their... Oh, this is batch number...
33.
33. Yep. Look at you, Mr. Memory.
I know.
So batch number 33, does that mean they've done 32 iterations before that? I don't know. This is the first time that I've seen it in the store.
Yeah, it might just be by the time we got it here, it's batch 33.
Right.
You know, like, 'cause I'm sure the first few rounds were maybe limited.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Possibly.
In the Midwest or something.
Yeah. Decent. Price is good. If you want a good sipper they disclose who they are, where it's from, where it's distilled, the mash bill. I can definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good.
It is. I'm surprised at the flavor. I really thought it was going to be grainy and that weird moonshiny kind of.
It doesn't have that.
No, not at all.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
for $28
for how light it looks.
Yeah,
you can tell though that there's not a whole lot of age on it. You can tell that, but it doesn't have that weird young green whiskey flavor, like a lot of micro distilleries seem to have. Which I don't know why they do that, because this is definitely not aged very long.
No. 2 years. I wonder if it has to do with the barley, the amount of barley that's put in the mash bill, because this is only 4%.
And they've been, like you said, they've been doing it forever.
They know it for over 100 years.
They know their cuts and what they need to do. So,
and you can figure if MGP is finally putting out a bourbon and a rye with their label,
they're going to make sure
it's the best that they have with that age statement. Right. And they have old whiskeys there. They have stuff that's, pushing 15, 20. They probably have some really old whiskey, but they don't have the stocks to mass produce. So. Right. Good whiskey.
Yeah.
Price is good.
Jump that.
I'm surprised.
I am too.
Huh.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got it.
Yeah. For the price, that's a great... If it's available in your area...
pick it up.
It'd be a decent little sipper. It would disappear quickly in a cocktail. I don't think it's set up for cocktails.
Like an ice ball or something.
Yeah. And if you sip it fairly quick, because the water will dilute it down, I bet, pretty quick. So if you want to drink some whiskey and not really sit on it for a long period of time and just throw in the ice... Put that one down, have another one. This would be a really good little whiskey for that. It's young, great distillery. MGP has been around forever. Their credentials are huge.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I did not expect that
at all. I bet you should have got their rye, but that's good.
I had it in my hand and I thought, I'm just not a rye guy. But for review purposes, it would have been.
Yeah. Take one for the team sometimes, man. Like I did.
Next week.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed this whiskey review coming at you from Durbin's Bourbon. Remember to hit the thumbs up. If you like what you see, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps us out, and we are growing. We can always welcome more to the family.
Correct.
I think that wraps it up, don't you think?
Yep.
As always, enjoy your whiskeys and bourbons any
Any
way
way
you
you
like. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers, pal.